is actually the first time we've seen each other since the last time I recorded too, so.
Yeah, we've been talking, but just, life. First of all...
Well, your husband was a plague monkey.
Well, he was a plague monkey last weekend, yes. First of all, I would like to thank everybody who's posted, making sure we're okay.
Yes, we are.
We're alive.
We're tired, but we're okay.
Life. Let's just say it's life.
Yes.
So, we're back.
Did you miss us?
Just a little bit. Oh yeah, we have to do this all over again.
Yeah, who are we?
Hi. Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Today is February 3rd, 2018, and this is episode 223. I would like to welcome new and returning viewers.
I'm Lynn. Also, sorry, your phone was ringing and distracted me. The house phone.
Oh. It couldn't have been because it's right beside you.
Swear to God, I heard a phone ring.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I'm Lynn, also known as Toll Baby. I haven't done this in a while, so don't mind me. You can find us on Ravelry and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Etsy and at our blog at twotangledskeins.com. Did I actually pronounce that correctly? twotangledskeins.com. It wasn't coming out.
You did.
And yeah, it's been a while.
Reminds me, I need my phone because I need to show you my FOs, which are gone.
You gave away, yes. I had the same problem last time I recorded.
Yep. So let's go find my projects. So what I finished was my daughter's spooktacular socks, is what I called them. And they were knit out of, where's the finished objects? There it is. Knitterly Things Vesper Sparkle in the Socktober Spooktacular color. And
we're prepared, really.
Yes, we are. So I gave those to her, I think it wasn't on Christmas, but not very far after. So those are them. She loves them. No, they don't match. She didn't care about it. Took me a while to get used to not doing the matchy-matchy thing.
Well done.
So that was one. And that was knit on 2.5 millimeters, which is a US 1.5. And I used the Basic Rib Sock pattern by Kate Atherley. That's my go-to. The other thing I finished, and it has been gifted, and she's afraid to use it, is what she says. So I had to show her. It's the Alm shawl that I made for my friend, and of course, it's by Andrea Mowry.
Why would she be afraid to use it?
She's like, I don't know how to use it. I don't want to break it.
Break it?
So anyway, she brought it back to work, and I showed her how to style it. So this was knit out of Cascade 220 in the color 1923, which was red. Hopefully you can see that.
We'll insert a picture.
859, which is a blue-green, 1919, which was the regular green, and 1946, which was the gray. I've got other pictures.
Which we will insert.
Yeah.
Here-ish.
Yeah, so... She was quite happy with it. So, I finished stuff. I feel pretty good about that. Might not have been right on the new year. I do need my pen. So, that's finishes. What you working on?
I'll go into whips, because this is the only thing I've been working on. So this is the Autumn Leaves sweater by Nikki Vandekar. It's for a coworker who's already had his baby and has come back to work after his parental leave, which was only a month, but still, it was... He left on the last week before Christmas. He was supposed to come to work January 3rd, but his wife had the baby on January 3rd. So he did not come to work that week.
Awesome.
So, yeah, they got to go early. And my other coworker, I ended up gifting her a sweater that I had knit for my nephew back in 2011. Because I didn't finish quickly enough. Clearly, since I'm still working on it, because this was actually for her.
A baby's still getting it.
So it's actually an older baby sweater. It's like a small toddler
Okay.
size. So she's like, oh, this is great. It'll fit him forever. And I'm like, yep.
Pretty much.
So I did not, I'm not going to show it to you guys because obviously I knitted in 2011. Who cares? I think it was my first baby surprise jacket. That was the one that I figured out that there were 2 button bands in the instructions and you had to pick which one you wanted, and I didn't the both. So I knit them both. It's been a while.
Has it?
I don't talk to people at home. So, I mean, my daughter's rarely out of her room. So I don't get the opportunity to converse with people. My mouth isn't used to this anymore.
We need to start meeting in the week for knitting again.
Yes. So, I'm knitting it out of Stylecraft Light DK and the Mixtures Gorse colorway. It's
just a weird name.
Yeah, I don't even know what it means. That's inside out. I did split off for the sleeves, so I did make some progress. I was actually only up to here when you guys saw it last. I had just finished the button, the neck cuff and done a few rows of lace. And I'd screwed it up somewhere, so I undid it all. Watch the needle.
Mm-hmm. It's me. I always hit
I unraveled the whole thing and reknit it. Got the lace right the second time around.
Woohoo!
And so I've now split off for the sleeves. I've got about 1.5 inches done below the sleeve. And I have to knit it until it's 8.5 inches. I'm at 5 currently. So I have about 3.5 more inches to do, which is slow going because I can only knit for about 10-15 minutes at a time before I'm too sore to continue. Working on the shoulder, I've done massage. I did massage all through December, wasn't helping. I've been doing acupuncture through January and February. We're making good progress through the first part of January. Last week of January, she really hurt me, and I couldn't move my arm at all that week. So she's trying a different tack now. Well, what she was doing was she was putting the needles in and putting current in them.
Oh.
And the last time she did that, my arm hurt so bad I actually broke down and took a muscle relaxer, which was one of the reasons we didn't record last weekend, because I was a zombie the whole weekend. I can't take anything that might cause drowsiness because it will knock me out for 2 days. So between her husband having the flu and me having this drug-induced haze going on, it was not going to happen.
Yeah, he was really sick. It wasn't, your man cold.
No.
Because he doesn't get those.
He was sick.
He's never cold and he never naps. He slept for 30 hours straight.
On the couch, huddled up in blankets.
Yeah.
It was, so I was not coming over because I didn't want it.
And I don't think you could have driven your car anyway.
There was no way I could drive the car. I actually did not go out. I didn't leave the house until late Thursday afternoon because late Sunday afternoon because I didn't trust myself to drive the car. Now, I took this medication on Friday evening.
Yeah, but you're like that with antihistamines and stuff like that,
yeah,
too.
I can't take Benadryl. I can't take regular Gravol. I can't take anything that might put me to sleep or make me drowsy because it will knock me out. So I took one of these muscle relaxers and I felt better over the weekend, but it was really awful during the week after it wore off. Mm-hmm. And so she decided not to do the electricity anymore. She says it works really well for some people. My aunt had it done and she's like, it fixed me in one session. I'm on session number 5 right now and I'm no improvement. So yeah, I was supposed to be talking to knitting, wasn't I?
Yeah. Because you haven't been knitting.
That's anyway, okay. To finish won't mind the story, because apparently I'm still in La La Land. So I am going back for another X-ray and an ultrasound on my shoulder. Not this coming Friday, but the Friday after. Which was a really short turnaround time considering...
An actual schedule? I thought you could just go to the hospital and...
Well, no, the hospital... For the X-ray, yes. But for the ultrasound, you have to schedule it.
Okay.
Waiting period at the Hull Hospital is a year. Waiting period at the Civic Hospital was 19 weeks.
Hey, my daughter got scheduled...
Private clinic.
For an MRI at the Montfort, and we found out in...
Yeah, they were
Middle of December. We just went on Thursday.
Yeah.
Because, MS.
Yeah, they were 6 months. So, because I called around and I was like, I'm not waiting that long. This is insane. I can't use my arm. Mm-hmm. So I called a couple of private clinics and one of them was like, yeah, we can get you in on the 12th. And I'm like, bonus!
Do you have to
Because
pay?
I now have private insurance, so I'll be
Okay.
able to claim it.
Oh, good.
Because, yeah, my insurance at work is fine. Well, I don't actually have access to it, but we'll talk about that later. Because you guys don't really want to know what's been going on in my life for the last 4 weeks.
Of course they do.
5, 6, 7, 8 weeks almost since we've done this.
Oh,
It's been a while. It was mid-December.
And you did it on January 6th.
Yeah,
so,
by myself. So it's been a while. Sorry, guys. On the plus side, my finger looks like a normal finger again. It's still red. And all the skin peeled off.
The fact that you had to go in a second time.
Yeah. I almost had to go in a third time, but it seems to be doing well now. It's still a little bit bigger than it was, but it's better. And there's no infection left because it would have spread by now if there was. So I'm still trying not to use it to knit because it's still really sensitive.
Because you push your needle like me, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And the other day, I actually accidentally stuck my nail. I was trying to turn a door handle, my hand slipped, and my thumbnail went into my finger, and oh my god, I thought I was going to throw up. It hurt so bad. It was very painful. So I'm still not doing much with it. I knit like this now, with my fingers sticking out, so I don't...
Fancy.
I know! Look, Crystal, I'm fancy! Crystal is probably peeing herself laughing at that.
Well, speaking of Crystal, I need to see her because I still have her get your yarn wishes granted stuff.
Yeah.
She just doesn't work with us anymore.
Crystal, we miss you.
Yeah. So, were you done?
I'm done.
Okay. So I have 2 whips on the go. My motto for 2018 is only having 2 whips at a time. I can have some in hibernation, it don't matter, but I'm only knitting on 2 at a time, and one of them's for me.
Is Selma starting to rub off on you?
No, but I'm sure she'll be very happy. I just figured I'm never knitting just for me, just for the fun of it. And you know what?
That makes knitting less fun.
It does. It really, really does. So the one thing that I'm not knitting for myself, and this is for my previous physiotherapist who we've become friends, and she's expecting a baby yesterday. I don't think she's had it. I haven't seen it on Facebook yet. But I am knitting it's All of You Baby. I don't think I have a picture. Yes, I do. Sorry. I started knitting the All of You 2, which is by Tega Hilliard, but I didn't like the cables, so she has a different version, which it's really not a cable. It's like one row where you just slip stuff over the other. And I realized that this was the same designer when I saw Holly made it. And I was like, oh, I could do that. So, it's not cables, but it looks really, really cool. And this yarn is sort of coming up the right color.
Yeah, cool.
So,
it's a little greener.
I've got about another 2 to 2 inches to do because it says go to 9 inches. So that's what I've been doing. And this yarn I got from Lynne because I had started the other one in purple from Michael's. Just the feeling of the yarn. The feeling, I couldn't do it. I was like, this is just
It was
awful.
the loops and threads irresistible.
Yeah. So Lynne now has that yarn.
We traded.
And so I have this much left of the first ball. Which
Escape.
I might have to go into the second ball just a little bit
you will have
for the sleeves. But like I said, this is by Tega Hilliard. It's out of Knit Picks Brava worsted in the Marina colorway. 4.5 millimeters needles, which is a US 7. So I'll probably be done this, but I won't be seeing her for probably a week or 2 if she does have the baby. It's a girl.
Yay.
So
Babies.
yep. So it's really nice to knit. The other thing I'm knitting is, most people are done this by now, but I'm doing the...
What bag is the sweater living in?
I don't have a name. I can look it up. This was a bag that someone did as a prototype to start making bags, and I forget her name, but I can find it.
But it's Hebrews.
It's Hebrews, and inside is kind of really cool.
That's what my nephew calls them.
And so I decided to cast on. Just let me find the front page. Please tell me I have a front page.
I've been living vicariously through people on Instagram.
Tell me I don't have a picture of it in here.
That's okay.
No, there. This is the front. So it's my sister's shawl. Mystery Knit Along. the Clue 5 came out Monday. I'm on Clue 2. And this is by the it's by the show notes for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Cozy Up Knits.
Yes. And they're 5 sisters from Alberta. And they designed this shawl, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm on Clue 2, so if you are not on Clue 2 or on Clue 1...
Don't look.
Don't look. I'm telling you well in advance because...
Ethel, don't look.
I've been... the no spoilers thread had spoilers in it, so Clue 1 was ruined. And then somebody posted on Instagram yesterday the whole shawl without... So now I know what it's going to look like. But anyway. So you did a Judy's Magic cast on like you would for socks. And then after that, that was all that you did. This is the right side. So
clearly you're going to use that end later.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. And Clue 1 ended here. So this is Clue 2. You can kind of see the pattern. It's lace, right? So, and what I'm using is Julie Aslin.
Dang it.
In birch. 3 Irish Girls is the brown. And the middle color, I don't know. I can't remember, but it's gorgeous. And of course there was no ball band inside, which really upset me. But hey.
And it wasn't in your stash.
No, you know me. So this is knit.
Yes, I do.
On 4 millimeters and 4.5, which is a US 6 and a 7. So we have until the 7th. I don't think I'm going to make it, but I'm actually
What, through that one clue?
No, till the rest of the clues. Like it started in January. Clue 5 came out Monday.
Okay.
And they're giving everybody till Wednesday to finish it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm only on Clue 2.
Oh.
So, isn't it pretty?
Knit like the wind, woman.
Well, this is all I'm knitting at home because I tried to knit this while I was knitting at lunch with Shella the other day.
So don't knit where you have talky people.
No, and so that one stays home, and I've been taking the baby sweater. So this bag is in my Emerald Fibers bag, which has a bee on it because I love bees. Yeah, funny, not funny story about this bag. So when my husband was sick, he was a little delirious. Hyped up on Tylenol, cold and flu or something anyway. And he said every time he woke up or opened his eyes, this bag was sitting on the living room table.
So the bee was staring at him?
No.
Oh.
He thought it was Neo.
Aww.
Poor kitty. I was like, oh. For those of you who don't know, our 14-year-old cat passed away suddenly on New Year's Eve.
Very suddenly.
Very suddenly. He was fine, and then he wasn't fine.
Yep.
My husband is glad that I wasn't home when it happened. My son is still traumatized by what happened. I met him at the vet, and about 3 minutes before he got to the vet, Neo passed away in the car.
So he had a stroke, or?
We think he had a stroke.
Yeah. That's how my black cat died.
Well, they think he might have had a stroke and a heart attack.
Fun. All the blood clots.
And the place that we went was a 24-hour emergency in Ottawa because Gatineau and Hull
we
doesn't
don't
have
have
one. And he got there, and the ladies were like, "Oh, are you a new patient?" He's like, "My cat, stroke." They took the cage and ran in the back. But it was too late. I got to hold him before they took him away. But yeah. So no more kitties. But my daughter got a kitty for Christmas. So it's my grand kitty. And Sean suggested that she bring it over every so often so the dogs get used to it. So if we have to babysit. First week, cat was kind of skittish because I have 2 dogs.
Big dogs.
Yeah. Toby's a baby. Tash is the
But they're still really big.
Yeah, the second week she brought it over, no more skittish. That
cat owns the house?
Oh, yeah. And that cat jumped over Tasha, and oh, was she not happy. Yeah. So anyways, her name is Luna. They were going to call her Meadow, but because she's a little crazy, they're calling her Luna. So she's cute. So I will put that away.
They should have called her Looney Lovegood. Sorry, I'm a Harry Potter.
So those were my two works in progress. So when I finish one, I will pick up a whip, or, well, if I finish the one for me, I will pick up something for myself. But as soon as I finish the sweater, I'm probably going to pick up my husband's socks.
I have to start a pair of socks for Rob.
Yes.
Did you see did I show you the yarn he picked?
No.
It's not solid.
Oh, wait, did you? Did you post it on Instagram?
It's one of the Nova yarns that we bought in Montreal. It's the blue and brown one.
Yes.
So I will post a picture in the thread. In the show notes of the yarn that he chose for his sock yarn, because I'm super excited about this.
Because it's not black or gray.
And I had totally forgotten about the yarn I bought at Twist for him. So I was searching all over the place for yarn to make socks for him. And I pulled this and I'm like, would you wear socks made out of this? And he's like, yes, I would. So I was like, woohoo! And then later I found the 2 solid yarns that I had bought to make socks with him at Twist. But that's okay. Perfectly all right. He will get more socks later.
Yep.
I finished this year's socks on New Year's morning. So late, because they were for his birthday, which was New Year's Eve. I cast them on New Year's Eve last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
I misplaced them for several months. And then I didn't want to work on them because I was so bored of making him 3x2 ribbed socks. But I picked them up in, I think, September or August. I can't remember. But I picked them up again, and I zipped through them.
After stitches.
Yeah. I didn't finish the second one because I stopped being able to knit. So I forced myself at the end of December, and while he was here, I finished the socks. I finished them New Year's morning, and he wore them to my aunt's house New Year's Day.
And he showed everybody.
Even though they didn't match his shirt.
Now that's love.
Because he tries to match his shirt.
But the fact that you're going to be able to knit a non-solid sock you'll probably finish them sooner.
It's so exciting. If I can ever get them started, which is the problem right now. I'm also having difficulty locating my sock needles because my teenager sucks. She actually used one as a frame for a polymer clay statue she was making. So it was actually baked into the polymer clay. And I said, you better figure out a way to get that out of there. So she pulled it out with pliers and broke the needle.
Wow.
My teenager is like the worst roommate you've ever had. She is like the worst roommate. But anyway, we're working on it. So,
do you want to do the knit along winners?
Sure.
Since, it's been about a month since you guys have been just waiting. So
we picked the winners before we recorded. Mm-hmm. So the Brown Bag Sock Club, we had 110 entries, minus a couple because somebody went way over.
I'm going to show the prize.
And somebody didn't put a picture, and somebody was not a member of the group. So
this is a shawl pin.
Yes.
And
my mother loves hers.
From Light as a Feather. And her name is For Mom Crochet on Instagram. She sent all of us.
Tanya, what's her last name?
I'm sorry. What? I don't see her. Oh,
Wolver?
I'm like, I don't see her.
I'm sorry
name.
if I'm mispronouncing that, but it's a very unusual spelling that I've never seen before. Anyway, those are her contact details, and she has gorgeous, gorgeous shawl pins that she makes, and she made some for us and one for my mom. My mom is super spoiled.
The other thing is this Ann Bud Knits ruler, and how would you explain that?
It's a gauge ruler. It shows you. It has actual graphic representations of different gauges on the ruler.
Put it on the sweater because otherwise you won't see it.
So it's to help you calculate your gauge and so on.
So she sent us all one and one to give away.
And also to measure different distances.
Yeah.
Like if you have to knit for 5 inches, it's got a ruler down the side.
Yeah.
It has... Move the ruler across your knitting until the images of the stitches on the ruler match the stitches in your knitting to get a rough determination of your stitch gauge. If you need more stitches per inch, swatch with smaller needles. If you need fewer stitches per inch, swatch with larger needles. For the most accurate measurements, measure the number of stitches over 4 inches of knitting. This is from her Knit for Fun retreats. And so she's got a bunch of different gauges. She's got from 4 stitches per inch to 9 stitches per inch. And it's a 9-inch ruler along the side. So I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I use mine a lot.
Yeah.
So we've got that in the package.
And we also have Teeny Button Studio. She sent us this yarn a while back. It's her Feet's Sock Fingering Base. And it's a 75-25 merino wool, superwash merino wool nylon, 410 yards, and the colorway is called Patisserie Party. Is that what you would call that?
Patisserie is a bakery, so bakery party. I love it.
So, Astrid, please PM me, Crafty Knitter 7, and with your address.
I was post number 32. Astrid is the screen name. Her name is Patricia.
From
or
Lisbon?
Patricia. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. From Lisbon.
Done.
I wrote everything down.
You did. You're so good. So let's put that all back together.
And we also chose the winner for the Travel the World by Design Cal. I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
9.
8 participants, because one of them was a comment from a designer who had been chosen.
And so you had a really good chance to win.
Yeah, you did.
So which post was it?
At least Lopsum did. Yep. Melissa won. Post number 5 from Massachusetts. And she knit a lattice or braid sweater.
It's
The
beautiful.
name of the pattern is lattice or braid.
Yeah.
And it's by Ririko. Or I'm not sure how to pronounce that because I don't speak Japanese.
And this is a bag by Hawthorne Cottage Crafts, which is our friend Kate.
Kate, we miss you.
And it's really cool because she's got this button on the front, so you can undo that. And when you do that, there's snaps. And the inside fabric is this. And it's quite a big bag.
Yeah, I've got a big sweater in mine.
Yeah. So you can find her on Etsy and Instagram. The card will be in the bag.
She's not on Facebook.
No.
She's also on Ravelry though.
So
and she's got a podcast, the Hawthorne Cottage Crafts podcast.
Yep.
Which I very much enjoy watching because it's like hanging out with Kate at Rhinebeck again.
Yep. So the other 2 things in the package are Seattle Sky Dye Works, bringing color to my overcast wonderland, because she lives in Seattle.
Seattle. Well, she lives near Seattle. This is our friend Sarah.
And this is a 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is Sound. Isn't that gorgeous?
It refers to the Puget Sound.
Yeah. And the other thing is also from her, and these are her Wood Galaxy buttons, and they're
gorgeous.
They're a set of
I
5.
love them.
So,
and they match the bag.
They do. So Lopsum, who is Melissa from Massachusetts, as you already said, please PM me, and I will get this stuff out to you.
Because you win.
You win, you win, you win.
Woohoo! So, we want to announce a new giveaway. And this one is just because it's actually a little bit Valentine themed. Which is apropos since, Valentine's Day is in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And it's on a Sunday.
Wow.
Ah, it's on a weekend.
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Me neither. But
because
it's going to be nice for those of you who do, because you'll actually be able to, go out and do stuff.
My anniversary is on the 8th, so we celebrate that instead.
It's a little more
So you're getting a skein of Roundabout yarn. You can find her at roundaboutyarn.com. And this is her White Pines worsted in the peaches and strawberry color.
She's also at roundabout.etsy.com.
200 yards. Like, isn't that pretty?
It's super pretty. And her yarns are so nice to knit with.
Soft.
She gave us each some minis at Stitches Midwest a couple of years ago, and I've added most of them to my blanket, and they're fabulous to knit with.
And then we have a bag set, which was originally given to me. And I don't have the card anymore. But it's a large project bag. It's got red polka dots in the middle. And this could be a sweater bag.
Or a multi-skein shawl or something like that.
So there's that big one, and then there's this tiny one that goes with it. So those are the 3 things. And of course, we didn't think of what a prompt would be because, we're good podcasters, aren't we? I'm I'm thinking, what is your favorite thing to do on Valentine's Day?
Sure.
Some people...
Mine is to not be around other people.
Okay, what do you love or not love about Valentine's Day?
There you go.
So post in the thread. I will open that later today, and we'll run that until the 14th. Or when is the 14th?
Yeah, until
on a
the
Sunday.
Well, we'll run it until the 13th.
Yeah, so we'll pick a name on the 13th. So you have a couple of weeks to get in there. You got to be a part of the Ravelry group to win.
Yes, a couple of people seem to have missed that in the last couple of knit-alongs. You do have to be a member when we do the drawing. So if you join the group, post in the thread, and then leave the group, you can't win.
No.
1 post per person. And, it's not a chatter thread, so only posts that relate to the giveaway, please.
Yep. So good luck. And that is it for giveaways and winners. Next section is I'm Broke, Save Me Money, which we don't have a lot of coupon codes in there at the moment because they all expired.
They did.
They did. So I have one for for my shop, the Tangled Skeins CA. I have 30% off everything with no code needed, and that will end on February 14th. So I have quite a few bags in there, stitch markers, and progress keepers. So if you're interested.
Bags by Awesome Granny still has 10% ongoing. There's no expiry date, and the code is 2TS10.
6 Munchkin Stitching has 10% off ongoing as well, and her code is the name 2 Tangled and 10.
So 2 is spelled out, 10 isn't.
Mm-hmm. So
that's it.
Yeah, it's a short one today.
So, do you have any stash?
It's so
scattered.
Well, not scattered, but it's like from December. So
I have stash.
Well. This is
a
stash.
Little bit of stash.
I can show it. This is stash.
There you go.
This is stash that I bought.
It's pretty.
I bought it in December, so it doesn't count as I'm not knitting anything out of new yarn, so no buying new yarn. It arrived in January, but I didn't buy it in January. So this is Candy Coated Yarns by Crafty Mama Designs.
She's the queen of loopholes.
Well, I didn't buy it this year, and this is called Shipwreck, and it's 75-25 Superwash Merino.
It's super pretty.
Yeah, this might be in my starting point shawl that I'm going to do soon. So,
and I got some books. Sue was destashing these.
The pile.
And I am a sucker for Debbie McComber. I love her books, and I especially love this series. I think I have this one, and well, my mom has it because I gave it to my mom. But I'm really looking forward to playing with these. I love her patterns. They tend to be really simple and really well written. Oh, there's recipes inside too. Mm-hmm. Yay!
So much better now.
I'm looking forward to rereading the series and playing with these along with them. And Selma sent me this gorgeous book.
She's been trying to give it to Lynn like forever, and she's like, "Can you just take it?"
We haven't seen each other for ages because she didn't come to Crystal's for Christmas.
No.
To Holly's for Christmas. We haven't seen her since Rhinebeck. I haven't. She sees her every day. But
she was at Holly's.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was texting with her son, remember? And her son's like, "Mom, are you drunk?"
Vaguely.
Anyway.
I don't remember.
She didn't have it with her.
So anyway, she has given me Knitting Plus, which is by Lisa Schroyer.
Some nice things in there.
It's basically patterns that will fit my big butt. And really, really nice stuff in here. And like a lot of theory on how to fit larger sizes. So a lot of it is how to tweak knits to fit, different body parts and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to looking at this.
Not everybody is shaped the same.
Nope. And I'm shaped like lumpish. I'm slipping. You weren't drinking.
Yeah. Usually she does jokes and
spit all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth came very close to having a couple of showers in the car. On the way back
of her head.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
So that's my stash. Thank you, Selma.
It's a short one, but hey, we're back.
That's actually pretty long for us.
34 minutes?
For our recent trend, this is pretty good.
Okay.
They don't all have to be 2 hours long.
No. So, we will let you go for today. We will see you next week.
And I'm hoping I have a faux by then.
And I will probably have a faux by then. I doubt my shawl will be finished, but hey. So happy knitting, everybody, and have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.